Okay, moving on to sport now, and a very different sports desk tonight because we have some very special guests, Mike.
Yes, we do. We're very excited tonight as we're celebrating two Northwest success stories. Joining us in the studio, Shaun Wane, head coach of the new Super League champions Wigan Warriors, and alongside him, Bury boxer Scott Quigg, the WBA Super Bantamweight champion of the world. What a weekend it's been for both of them.
Is this Quigg's big night?
Old Trafford awaits. This should be a spectacular epic. Scott Quigg is a world champion and he fully deserves to be, and I hope he enjoys it. And Wigan are the Super League champions.
Well, you'll notice Shaun has two trophies with him. That's because Wigan's win secured a Super League and Challenge Cup double. And Shaun, as a Wiganer born and bred, just how does it feel to have both of those trophies in your possession?
It means everything. You know, I'm a Wigan-born lad. I played there for 10 years as a player, and to coach my hometown team, to win these two magnificent trophies is immense. It's one of the best weekends I've ever had.
So how have you spent the last 48 hours? I'm guessing tipsy for some of it.
Yeah. Well, we all look after ourselves during the season, so when it's time to relax, all the players relax. We had a club presentation night last night, so it's been a busy 48 hours since the final.
I'm sure it has. Now, Scott, yours was an unusual one, wasn't it? Because you were handed the world title before you stepped in the ring, because the previous champion vacated it, and after 12 gruelling rounds against you, Andres Salinas, it was actually a draw. But you keep the belt, and that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters, obviously. I was handed the title, which I didn't claim to be the champion, because I wanted to do it in the ring, and rightly so. On Saturday night, it was a memorable night that I realised my dream had become world champion.
So we've heard that Shaun was doing it for Wigan. What motivates you?
First and foremost, I do it for myself because it's something I love to do, and I've always wanted to become a world champion. And obviously, with my mum and dad backing me from such a young age, it meant a lot to make sure they was proud, and I kept my promise that I was going to become a world champion. And Saturday night, I thought they said to me that they were very proud of me.
I'm worried about that eye. Does that hurt?
It is a bit tender, but it's not too bad at the minute now.
Shaun, I've got to ask you this because I had a text message from somebody not a million miles away from here when you were 16-2 down and getting spanked in the final, and then all of a sudden the doors opened. Yeah. What happened? What did you say to them? What did you say, or what was the magic ingredient to make them turn it around?
To be honest, Tony, we didn't play real well in the first half, and at half-time I just informed the players that we undersold ourselves a little bit. We weren't.
When you say you informed them, did you shout? Did you really have a right? You know, oh, do you know what, lads? You're not doing so well.
Yeah, he was put in a lot sterner words than me. But the players are good. They listened, they responded, and we just knew that we could get Warrington. The longer we stayed in the game, the more chance we had of getting them, Tony. And we got that. You know, the players have been fantastic for me. They've listened, they've trusted the staff, and we've come up with a fantastic win.
Yeah, it was a great comeback, a great year. Just how proud are you of what you've achieved?
Oh, Lucy, really proud. You know, to win these, they're so hard to win, because when you've won the Challenge Cup, the emotional fallout from that a few weeks after is very tough to get back up and play for a grand final. But the players, I must say, have been magnificent. The way they've responded in training, they've looked after themselves off the field as well, and it's a credit to them that they've managed to get these two magnificent trophies at the end of the year.
You're not going to let go of that, are you?
No, I'm sleeping with it tonight.
Scott, I know that I've already asked Shaun. He said he was up till fairly late last night. 5:30, people. 5:30. But Scott, you don't party so hard, do you? So how do you let your hair down? You're now the world champion, so how do you celebrate?
I like my food, so I treat myself to go down to my nan's chippy and get myself rag pudding, chips and peas.
That's it, as simple as?
Simple as that.
Oh, OK, friend. And has it sunk in that you are the best in the world at what you do now?
It's not sunk in yet. I think another week or so, and I think I'll wake up in the morning and I'll think, gee, I'm world champion, and I think that's when it'll hit me. And I don't want to stop it. I want to keep moving on and keep getting better and defend this as many times as I can and try and, you know, make a mark on the belt.
All right.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Scott, Shaun, thank
you guys
so much for coming in.
Right, should we very quick